You know that little plastic bag of bean sprouts at the supermarket? The one that costs $4 to $5 and turns into a sad, slimy mess 2 days after you open it? Let me tell you, I got so tired of throwing those away. Half the bag would go straight into the bin, not to mention all the unnecessary plastic that comes along with all the packaging. And I'd stand there thinking, there has to be a better way. Turns out there is. And for the price of about 1 punnet of sprouts, you can buy a whole bag of dried mung beans that'll give you months and months of harvests. We're talking pennies per batch versus dollars. And what's better is the sprouts that you grow yourself sit on your kitchen bench, alive and crisp, ready whenever you need them. No slime, no waste, no last-minute dashes to the shop. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through the exact tray method I used to grow fresh bean sprouts in 4 days flat. No soil, no special lights, and especially no fuss. Just a spot on your kitchen bench and about 2 minutes of attention each day is all you'll need. And I'll also show you the one mistake that trips up most beginners, because once you know it, you'll never lose a batch again. But before we begin, let's talk numbers. A standard bag of dried mung beans costs about the same as 2 punnets of fresh bean sprouts from the grocery store. But that one bag of dried beans will produce at least 15 to 20 batches of sprouts. You are literally spending cents where you used to spend dollars. And that's before we even get into what you're actually buying when you grab sprouts off the supermarket shelf. Those supermarket sprouts have been sitting in transit for days. They were harvested, packed, shipped to a distribution centre, then trucked to your local store, and finally sat under fluorescent lights waiting for you to pick them up. By the time you have those bean sprouts in your hands, they've already lost a big chunk of their crunch and most of their nutritional punch. Sprouts are living foods, and their vitamin content peaks right after harvest, then drops off fast. The enzymes that make them good for digestion degrade hour by hour. So you're paying premium prices for something that's already past its prime. Let's get that right. You are paying for poor quality bean sprouts. When you grow them on your bench, you harvest them minutes before eating. Believe me, that crunch you get from a homegrown sprout is something the supermarket simply cannot sell you. It's a completely different texture, snappy, juicy, and full of life. And because you're eating them at their nutritional peak, you're getting the full benefit of all those B vitamins, vitamin C, and digestive enzymes that sprouting your own bean sprouts unlocks. Did you know the act of sprouting actually increases the nutritional content of the bean, transforming it from a dormant seed into a tiny powerhouse of goodness? Then you start looking at all the plastic waste. Think about how many of those little plastic punnets you go through a year if you buy sprouts regularly. One sprouting tray or jar replaces all of that. You rinse it, you reuse it, and your bin stays empty. It's a small change that adds up fast, both for your wallet and for the planet. This isn't just about saving a few bucks. It's about upgrading the quality of what you are putting into your body, while also cutting out the waste that comes from the store-bought versions. Okay. Let's get this set up so you can start munching on those freshly sprouted bean sprouts. First up, you'll need a bag of dried mung beans, a metal sprouting tray, and a damp paper kitchen towelette, and some water, of course. If you want a list of the items that I use in this video, I'll leave all the details below and some links to Amazon so you can get it straight away. And that's all you need. Sounds too good to be true, right? Mung beans are easy to find at most supermarkets. You can also find them at health food stores or online, like I did. The trays that I use are a 2-tier metal set. The bottom tray is solid to catch all the water, and the inner tray is basically a colander that lets air circulate and all the water drain through, and raises the mung beans so that they don't sit in stagnant water. There's no lid needed here. Instead, we're going to lay a damp paper kitchen towelette right over the top of the beans. When I first started sprouting mung beans, I actually used a regular damp kitchen towel, but it caused a mold problem which wrecked multiple bunches of my mung beans. I actually made a separate video about this mistake, which I'll link above and in the description below. Switching to a disposable paper towelette fixed it completely. It holds just enough moisture without staying too long for the mold to get a foothold. And the important factor is it allows air to circulate amongst the mung beans, which is critical. So, start on what I call day 0, which is really just your soaking day. Measure out about 1/3 of a cup of dried mung beans. That doesn't sound like much, but trust me, they expand and grow dramatically. Pick through them quickly and toss any that look shriveled or discoloured, and give them a good rinse under cool water. Then your next step is to submerge them under water. I use about 3 times their volume in water. They need a solid 8-hour soak, so I do this in the evening and then let them sit overnight. By morning, they'll have doubled in size and you'll see tiny white tips starting to peek out. This is the exciting part. Now here's where that one critical mistake happens, the one I mentioned earlier, draining. After soaking, you need to drain those beans thoroughly before they go into the tray. If they sit in water, what you'll find is they'll rot instead of sprouting. Pour them into the colander tray and give them a gentle shake, and let them sit there for a minute or so until no more water drips out. Then spread the soaked beans evenly across the sprouting tray. You'll want a single layer with a little breathing room between them. Good airflow is what keeps mold away and gives you clean, healthy sprouts. The last step is laying a damp paper kitchen towelette over the top of the beans and place the tray somewhere on the kitchen bench that gets indirect light. Not direct sun, just a bright spot where you'll see it every day. If it's in direct sun, it'll probably heat up the beans a bit too much, and during the sprouting phase, these beans actually generate their own heat, so this can add to humidity and may encourage mold growth. But once you've found your perfect spot, sit them there and go on about your day as usual. Now your daily routine begins, and it couldn't be simpler. Twice a day, I recommend once in the morning and once at night, you take the tray to the sink, lift off the paper towelette and run those sprouts under cool water. Let the water flow through the colander tray, give it a gentle tilt to make sure everything drains completely, and then lay a fresh damp paper towelette back on top. It's important not to reuse the old paper towelette, because this just reduces the risk of bacteria growing. That's it, 2 minutes, twice a day. You can't honestly tell me that's too much trouble, right? What's important is the damp paper towelette keeps the top layer of beans from drying out, while the sprouts do their thing. Now over the next few days, you'll watch the transformation happen. By day 2, these tiny white tips have become proper little tails, and by day 3, the sprouts are filling out and starting to lift that paper towelette. You'll see the greenish yellow seed leaves forming at the tips. And then by day 4, they're long, plump, and ready for harvest. You'll know they're perfect when the stems are about 2 to 3 inches long and that first set of tiny leaves have just appeared. Now, harvesting. You can either snip or, as what I like to do, I like just pulling them straight out of the tray. They give a bit of resistance because the roots have formed through the holes in the colander, but that just tells you it's a healthy bean sprout ready to be eaten. Now it's up to you, you can give them a final rinse. I just tend to pick from the tray and pop them straight into my mouth, because you know what these beans have been through the past 4 days. You've been rinsing them daily, twice a day, so ultimately I don't think there's much bad stuff on there. Now let's talk troubleshooting, that dreaded mold. It's rare, but it can happen, like it did to me. And that is why I recommend rinsing your beans twice a day and properly draining them. If you suspect your batch has mold, definitely take a look at my other video, which I linked earlier and is in the description below, because it'll show you what mold looks like versus fine root hairs. It's easy to mistake root hairs for mold, so don't freak out if you see some fuzz on your bean sprouts. Just double check it before you actually throw the whole batch out. Mold also carries a musty off smell that's completely different from the clean earthy scent of a healthy batch. But word of warning, if you do have mold, don't try and salvage it. Compost the whole tray. Wash everything with hot soapy water, and you can even rinse it in vinegar and start afresh. It happens to everyone at some point, so don't let it discourage you. When you go to harvest, the best way to enjoy your sprouts is raw, straight from the tray. That's where the crunch really shines, and you're actually consuming minutes after harvesting. My favourite thing is to toss a big handful into a salad for instant texture and some fresh nutty flavour. And once you try freshly sprouted mung beans, you won't ever go back to store-bought sprouts. Bean sprouts are also great in sandwiches and wraps. It just adds a juicy snap that makes every bite more interesting. So there you have it. You've got the whole system. Easy, right? No more overpriced, limp supermarket sprouts that turn to slime before you can even use them. Like I said earlier, if you want all the materials I used in this video, check out the description below for any links. But honestly, bean sprouts are one of the easiest things to grow. So start your soak tonight, and in 4 days you'll be crunching into your very first homegrown harvest. Thanks for watching the Garden Benchtop, and go get your hands dirty. See ya!